Alright, hello everyone. This is the Q&A that I promised a really long time ago and had to get new questions because I accidentally deleted them all and it wasn't structured right. Anyway, we're doing this now. I said this was for 1,000 subscribers, but we are well past 2,000 subscribers and now I'm doing it, so here we go. Have you ever considered making your own Freedom Planet fan content? Comics, OCs, basically anything that doesn't involve your informative videos. Also, have you ever considered making gameplay videos on other topics like One Shot or Celeste? So I actually have considered making a Freedom Planet fan comic before. It got canned pretty early on in development though, mostly because I wanted to focus on the YouTube channel more and I didn't really like the direction it was going and I didn't really like the overall structure of it and how I was making it. So maybe if I had a bunch of time, I would, but I would rather focus on my YouTube channel than something like a fan comic. But maybe one day I'll release what I had, but it wasn't much really. And also for gameplay videos, I like making gameplay videos. I think that would be a good idea. Just the only issue is I'm kind of a perfectionist, so if I made a gameplay video and I didn't like it, like for instance, if I didn't say that much stuff or anything, I would probably can it and never touch it again. And because I don't want to make something bad like slop or anything that's barely edited at all. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on that. My one exception to that was the Freedom Planet fan game, Shangmu Architect. That was my one exception to the rule because, I mean, it's a Freedom Planet fan game. How often is those going to be around? And so I would rather do live streams of those games if I were to do that instead of actual gameplay videos. How weird is it that FP2 went into an odd world like slavery as a reason for Lilac to be the last water dragon? So I don't think they've ever given a reason why Lilac was the last water dragon. I'm pretty sure that's not the reason. I am of the opinion that there are water dragons still around, they're just in hiding, and that will be revealed later on. I don't really know where, maybe in like an underground sort of thing, because it is kind of crazy for one war to wipe out like an entire race of people. Like, that's insane, especially if they were on the planet before. So I don't know, I highly doubt that the water dragons were the last, but hey, yeah. And I think just like Lilac's egg got like misplaced or something like that. I think that's the real reason, but who knows? I really don't know. That's just my theory though. So I got this question a lot. When did you first find out about Freedom Planet 2? That's what this comment says, but I got a lot of questions asking how I found out about Freedom Planet, and it's pretty simple. It was mostly just YouTube videos. I really just looked at YouTube videos, if that, it's pretty simple. Mostly the Char 5 video was what got me into it because I thought that it was really cool, because I've heard of the franchise before, but I thought it was just didn't really have a story to it, and I thought it was just gameplay, so I wasn't really that attached to like the idea of it. But then when I found out it actually has like a coherent story and it actually tries, I was like, alright, I'll give it a shot, and the rest is history. I played the first game, thought it was pretty good, and wanted to play the second game and thought it was a masterpiece, went back to play the first game and thought that was a masterpiece. So the rest is history, I guess, and then I made this YouTube channel. So yeah. If you could meet any Freedom Planet character in real life, who would it be? I don't know, probably Mila. I mean, she's just a dog, so it wouldn't be too bad. Speaking of dogs, you can probably hear my dogs tip-tapping in the background because they won't sit still. What do you want? Okay, I looked at them and now they're gonna start staring at me. Anyway, yes, probably Mila. Probably Mila. We have a couple of questions here. Have you ever played that before? No, I haven't. And can you give a mini review on it? I've never played of it or heard of it, so I can't. What are your thoughts about character exclusive levels not returning in Freedom Planet 2? And would you want them to come back in Freedom Planet 3? I am actually of the opinion that we shouldn't have character specific levels. I don't think that's actually a good idea. I think it limits creativity, and I think if we were to have character specific levels, it should be like character specific paths in the level, which is kind of what FP1 did a little bit. So yeah, I prefer that. Favorite food, drink, and TV show. My favorite food, I don't really have one. I guess Chipotle burritos, I don't know. Favorite drink, Coca-Cola. Favorite TV show, I don't really have one, probably Sonic Boom. I don't know, I grew up a lot with that show, and that's kind of what got my sense of humor. What do you want to do when you grow up? Have you ever watched Dexter, and what are your thoughts? Would a Dexter-like character fit into Freedom Planet? If you're talking about Dexter's Lab, which I think is what you're talking about, I haven't. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any other Dexter stuff out there, but Dexter's Lab, I haven't. Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? No, I haven't. What is a moral philosophy you think more people should adopt? I think the best moral philosophy that more people should adopt is probably forgiveness. I think that's a really underrated one. That one and self-control, I think, is two philosophy. I guess self-control isn't really a philosophy, but I think those are two big things that people don't do enough, especially nowadays, that I think should be adopted more in our culture. What if we had a Spark the Electric Jester and Freedom Planet crossover? That would be cool, but I've never played Spark, so... But I'd be down for it. Any crossover, I'd be down for. It could be anything. I know I said this before, but I'm making a Lilac Smash moveset presentation similar to Sakurai's presentations. Do you have some ideas? Yeah, my ideas are, I think that her moveset translates really, really well to Freedom Planet, or from her Freedom Planet moveset. Her Freedom Planet moveset translates really well to Smash Bros. I think it's almost like perfect for it. She literally has like an uppercut, which would kind of be an up B. I don't think it would. I think her up B should be like Sonic Spring, but it's kind of like that. She literally has like aerials. Not to mention, I know this isn't Lilac, but Mila literally has Ness forward air. Like it's literally Ness forward air. But I think she should have like a meter with the Dragon Boost. Yeah, I think her neutral special should be Cyclone, and I think you should be able to do down air, which would be her down kick in Freedom Planet, and then cancel it into a Cyclone and then kind of loop it like you can in Freedom Planet. Maybe that might be too OP, but in my perfect world, Smash Bros. Is more movement-based than luck-based and party-based. So, anyway. Imagine Lilac and Spark in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. What's your opinion? I think that would be cool, but they would have to get her 3D model right, because most Lilac 3D models look very weird to me. How are you doing in your daily life? I'm doing good. Some of y'all ask some weird questions. What's your all-time favorite Freedom Planet stage? It is Tidal Gates. Hands down, it is the best stage in the entire franchise. It is so good. I could replay it thousands of times. The water mechanics are amazing. It's a beautiful stage. It's awesome. It's awesome. It has the best song ever. The bum 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 bum. It's perfect, dude. It's amazing. When Lilac and Shadow fight, who do you think will win? I'm assuming you're talking about Super All-Star Bros. In the context of Super All-Star Bros, I think Shadow will probably win because that show is just fan service, so they're probably going to make the more favorited character win. But I would like Lilac to win to get her get back, but that's just me. That's my opinion. Most people, I think in the narrative though that it probably should be Shadow winning, just because I don't want to hear people say, "Oh my god, I hate Lilac because she beat up my favorite character." Wah! So yeah, would you like to cosplay as Lilac? No, very much not. If you could choose, which series do you want to cross over with? FP? Like I said earlier, basically anything would be fine, but obviously the most obvious answer is Sonic. I think that would work the best because it literally is built to work the best. So I think that's objectively the best answer you could give. But really anything is fine. I mean, I'll take anything as long as it's not like too crazy. If you could make the plot of Freedom Planet 3, what would it be? That's an upcoming video I have, and I don't want to spoil too much as I really don't have too much of the plot laid out, but I kind of have the outline in my head. It would involve this. That thing that I just put on the screen, it would involve that. So, yeah, that's cool. Have you ever heard or watched Indie Cross? If so, what would be your reaction if Freedom Planet made a cameo in an episode? So I'm pretty sure Indie Cross is like a animation series, I think, of different indie games. It would be cool. The only issue is it's like really popular indie games. So you got like Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight and Night Knight and Nights into Dream. I'm kidding. But you have like all the popular stuff. I think Celeste is in there too. So all the popular indie game stuff. I don't think Freedom Planet would make it. And I think Freedom Planet is like just out of like being obscure enough that it wouldn't be included, unfortunately. But hey, it would be cool. I would give the series a shot if they added Lilac, but I might give the series a shot anyway. I'm not super big into indie games. Like, I know that's crazy, but like I'm really not. I'm playing through Hollow Knight at like I beat the first boss in Hollow Knight, and I've been having a great time. So we'll see. We'll see if I actually get into more indie games. Who or what inspired/influenced you to start a YouTube channel? So it wasn't really one person. It was kind of multiple people. But if you want like a super what inspired me, it was probably The Game Apologist is probably the biggest inspiration for this channel. I haven't watched him in a very long time. Mostly because I need to catch up on the Sonic comics and I want to read them for myself before I look at his opinion. But The Game Apologist mostly because he's not insufferable like a lot of Sonic YouTubers are, especially now. A lot of them are kind of the same person, but just slightly different. So yeah, probably The Game Apologist is probably my main inspiration. How long have I known about Freedom Planet? Probably since like 2023 or 2022. Late 2022 or early 2023 is when I probably found out about it. Probably a little bit earlier, but I probably don't remember the actual moment I found out about it, but around that time. When do you plan on doing your Freedom Planet Scratch video? If you can. So I want to do that, but I want to make it like edited and I need to have like high energy for it. So I will do it eventually. But again, I don't want to make it like slop of just me playing games. That's not really what I want to do. So I want to make it like highly edited, high production, and like actually good. And obviously, if I don't find any good, if I find out all the Scratch games are trash, I'm just gonna dump the whole video. But if like some of them are like funny or really good or really bad, then I'll probably make a video. But if they're all like generic and boring, then the video will probably be canned. But I highly doubt that they are. I'm pretty sure they're awesome. Are you more of a fan of Freedom Planet than you are Sonic? Yes, I am. Freedom Planet kind of changed my perspective on Sonic. I think that Sonic needs to do more of what Freedom Planet's doing, and I think Freedom Planet needs to do less of what Sonic's doing, if that makes sense. I might make a video on that, going more into detail, but I think that's kind of what my opinion on that. Also, how much hope do you have on Freedom Planet 3? Do you think it will conclude the franchise and FP, or do you think FP will have 5 games? I think Freedom Planet 3 will happen. Now, not counting the May 20th meme, I think it will take a couple years. If I were to give an estimate, probably, probably in the next three to 5 years is probably when we would get an announcement at the most. I think, in my opinion. Maybe they're working on it right now. If they are, I would cry, but I don't think they are. Unless they're gonna do something for me. If they did something for May 20th, I'd probably lose my mind. And lastly, do you think FP3 will be a 2D or 3D game? I think they should do 2D, and then to kind of end off the trilogy, and then they can do 3D for the fourth game if they go that far. I think that's, in my opinion at least. I think they should stick to 2D for the trilogy. I know Spark went to 3D like for like the second game, which was crazy. But we're not Spark, so let's finish a trilogy with 2D and then we can go to 3D. Like Sonic, but like, I hate to compare it to Sonic. I can't believe I just said that. Alright, ignore that. What do you think about Cordelia and Brevin being the bad guys and Murga being an unlockable character in FP3? Cordelia being the villain, I just cannot see that. But also I could see it because she has almost no screen time at all, so maybe she is actually secretly evil. Who knows? That would be very weird though, but it'd be funny, but it'd be very weird. I don't know how they would do it. I don't know how you could write that and make it good. You probably could if you really tried, but Brevin, I think, a high chance of him coming back. But I think there would be a twist. Instead of just having the plot of FP1 again featuring Murga, I think it would be different. And I definitely think Murga will be a playable character. I think Murga and Spade and Torque will probably be a playable character. Can Lilac go Super Saiyan? Well, seeming as she's not a Saiyan, she can't. But maybe she can get a super transformation in the future. That would be cool. Would you like to be featured in a Freedom Planet game as a voice actor, perhaps? Well, I can't voice act at all, so I probably wouldn't be a voice actor. I'd probably just do my normal voice. But it would be really cool if I was featured in a Freedom Planet game, you know, Galaxy Trail, if you're looking for like a cool Easter egg or something, you know. That'd be awesome. I'd flip out. That'd be the coolest thing ever. That'd be like super peak. That'd be awesome. But I don't think that would ever happen, unfortunately. But it'd be cool. I just don't think Galaxy Trail. I'm not in Galaxy Trail's radar at all right now, for at least. And would you like an FP series in the Sonic OVA style, of course? So I think that would be cool. Any animated Freedom Planet show would be cool, but I think that it's just so outside the realm of possibility that it would never happen realistically. But it'd be cool. It'd be peak. It'd be awesome, but it's like so not possible to happen that I can't even think about. Like, it's not like there's no way it would ever happen. Since you played both games, what did you like the most in FP1 or 2? My favorite thing in FP1 is probably how it really does feel like a Sega Genesis game. I like how it really is super replayable and literally just feels like you booted up the Genesis and you played the game. I'm not even like nostalgic for the Sega Genesis, but it really does feel like that. While also at the same time not feeling too foreign, like having annoying stuff, like the game overs don't send you to the beginning of the level, stuff like that. So it has like modern gaming stuff that's like actually good in it. So that's what I like. So it hits a really good balance. And then Freedom Planet 2 is probably the art design and the like physics and gameplay is probably my I don't like, it's probably physics and gameplay, but art design is up there as well. Like, dude, Freedom Planet's physics are just so good. It's everything I want Sonic to be, and he's just anyway, we're moving on. What is the funniest Freedom Planet story you've ever heard? Well, it's obviously the Monster Overflow and Luigi X Lilac situation. That is the fun. Like, That's the best fan fiction ever written by mankind, so definitely that. Will you make Freedom Planet 3? Well, unfortunately, I can't code at all, so no. But again, Galaxy Trail, if you want to like get me as a like a an Easter egg, that'd be cool, but I don't think that would happen. Random question. Along with making videos, do you like other activities such as drawing or writing? Yeah, I do. I mean, I play games. I'll show you my Steam catalog. My Steam catalog is it's all right. It's not the best, but it's up there. I mostly play on most of my games are on my console, like my Switch and stuff, but I do. I also like, I used to be super into butterfly knives, but as of recently, I've kind of fallen out of them. I maybe should get back into them. Just maintenance on a butterfly knife is such a pain. I really like music. Music is fun. I mean, I feel like everyone likes music. Who doesn't like music? Like you're crazy if you don't. So, yeah, those are my interests. What do you think about the Freedom Planet games as a whole? And what do you like most about both games? Well, we already answered that last question, but the first question, I really like them. I think they're peak and they're super underrated. Simple as that. Titlegate is the best track in FP2. I am correct. Or am I correct? You are correct. That is true. By the way, also, which character results theme is your favorite? I haven't listened to them in a while, but I think Lilacs is probably my favorite. But Nira's is also really good. I think they're all really good, but I think Lilac's probably my favorite. Have you ever considered changing your nickname? And if so, what? I haven't, because I've had this nickname for eons that I think if I changed it, everyone would be like, "What the heck? What are you doing?" So I think it's here to stay. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but it might be fortunately, if depending on who you ask. Who's your most hated Freedom Planet character? I know it's basic, but come on, there has to be someone. Mine is that roach in Freedom Planet 1. You know who. Yeah, I don't think I have a most hated. I have a least favorite, but I don't have the most hated. It's probably Cordelia is probably my least favorite. Mostly because she doesn't do anything. But, yeah, probably Cordelia. That probably is my least favorite character. Face reveal? Yeah, sure, let's do a face reveal. I mean, what'd you expect? I mean, it's been here the entire time. Why the name Blue Chair? What's the origin? So the origin behind this name is basically, oh god. Okay. Basically, me and my cousin were making little videos with my Sonic plushies. So I guess the obsession with plushies started pretty early on, now that I think about it. But we were making these little videos, and one day, we decided to make a video where, like, Tails kept Googling, like, sus things. Like, I remember he was Googling, like, cream or something, because he was, like, in love or something like that. This is hurting me to say. But then he Googled, like, different things, until eventually he started Googling chairs. And he was like, "I'm Googling chairs. I wanna add stuff." And Sonic was like kept catching him, and he kept like changing the tabs and stuff. He was like, "Oh, okay, that's weird." And then Sonic's like, "Well, you should at least be looking at like blue chairs, you know, because I'm blue." And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that." And then he catches him again, and he's like, I'm looking at blue chairs." And we thought it was hilarious. We thought it was the funniest thing ever. So blue chair became like a super big like meme for us. Like every time we would just say like blue chair, we would die laughing. But so yeah, that's the origin of the username. It's kind of cringy, but I think I like it, I guess. My cousin's gonna murder me for saying that publicly, but whatever. Which Freedom Planet antagonist do you think is better and why? So I technically made a video about this, and people actually replied to this being like, you already made a video about it. No, my favorite antagonist is actually Syntax. In that video, I just said who was better between Murga and Brevin. I actually think Syntax is my favorite. I think she's really cool as a villain. It's kind of like Metal Sonic, where she's like super menacing, and it's like if Metal Sonic was like fused with like Shadow a little bit, but like if Shadow wasn't as like edgy. It's like super cool, especially like the secret final boss on Freedom Planet 2. Like awesome stuff. I love that. If you could live anywhere on Avalis, where would it be and why? Probably Shang 2. Pretty simple. I mean, there's not much going on. Shang 2 probably. I mean, it's probably the most safe kingdom. I mean, you're not under a leader who only cares about money, who's a dictator, and you're not next to the beach where all bad weather stuff happens, and there was an ancient robot underground. So yeah, probably there. And Shui Gong is too cold for me. I like the cold, but having it snow all the time is, that gets annoying. Do you think Freedom Planet is a good game? No, I think it's garbage, and I think no one should play it. Have you ever tried playing through Freedom Planet 1 with no deaths on hard mode? No, because I love myself too much, and I wouldn't want to do that to myself. That sounds like agony. Pure and utter agony. So no, I would not want to do that. Have you ever heard of the Freedom Planet mod, Freedom Planet Plus, with Torque and Spade? So I have heard of that mod, and I really am excited for it to come out. I don't think it has a release date yet. I know it got a trailer recently, and I'm excited for it when it eventually comes out. So yeah, I might live stream it when it comes out. Who knows? But I've said I would do live streams for like 50 eons. So yeah, I hope there will be more ARG videos to discover more of Carol's videos and what she'll make in the kitchen. It's not really a question, it's more of a statement. But yeah, I agree. I do plan on doing another part to that because I know she has released more stuff. So we are going to cover that. I just haven't gotten around to it. And the recent videos are insane. Like, I gotta do a lot of dissecting. Like, there's a website you gotta visit. It's crazy. It's going all in on the ARG. So I'm excited to cover it, but yeah. And last question, if you had a bucket list or if the world was ending, what would you do? I don't know, probably thank God for everything that happens and kind of stay with my family until it ends. I don't know. Just pretty simple. Just thank God for everything and yeah. Just go out like that. I mean, there's not much you really can do. I mean, yeah. To be honest, have you ever heard of Thomas and Friends? Brother, you're asking me if I've ever heard of Thomas. Of course I have. He is the CEO of autism, man. There's no way you don't know who Thomas is if you have autism. That's just a fact of life. But yes, Thomas was a very early obsession of mine when I was younger. I kind of don't really follow it that much anymore, especially recently because those recent seasons look absolute dog, bro. Like, I'm telling you, once they moved to 3D animation, it took me so long to get used to it. As a kid, I was like, I mean, it's fine, but I don't like it. And I kind of fell off with the series, and then I look now and I'm like, bro, 2D? What is this? This is disgusting. I hate it. Burn it with fire. Like, I hate it. Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do it. No, I like waffles, but I prefer pancakes more, unfortunately. Question 3, sushi? With no question mark, so I don't know how that's a question, but yeah, I like sushi, I guess. Question 4, can Thomas be good friends with Lilac? I mean, that's a very, crazy pairing, but maybe. I mean, it's a talking train. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Final question, do you think Sonic X Lilac is peak? I don't think it's peak, but I think it's good. I think it's alright. I don't think it's peak though. I think it's a good pairing, but I don't think it's peak. If you met every Freedom Planet character, who would you get along with the most? I would probably get along the most with, it's kind of a similar question to earlier, but I'd probably get along most with Mila. Mostly because Mila can get along with anyone, so yeah. Either that or like Carol, probably, I don't know. Or maybe Spade, but Spade's kind of a jerk, so I don't know. Can you do a backflip? Yeah, well, let's see. Will you ever make a Discord server? Maybe. I don't know. It's mostly due to, like, there's a lot of things that can happen in a Discord server, and I don't want to be responsible for if anything happens in a Discord server. There's a lot of drama that can potentially happen. So maybe one day, if I get like a bunch of mods and stuff, but even if I got a bunch of mods, I wouldn't want it to be like super like strict on the rules and stuff, because I don't want like people, you know, because I want you to have freedom of speech, but also at the same time I don't want you to be a jerk or posting crazy stuff, you know, in that field. So yeah, that's just my opinion. When is the Freedom Planet Iceberg Explained video coming out? Just kidding. No, I'll actually answer that. That is coming out eventually. I can't say it's too soon. I haven't really started on it. Kind of working on a different video right now. But yeah, I do want to make it eventually. It'll probably take less work than the Freedom Planet 3 video. But yeah, I do want to make that eventually. It's just I do have to research some topics, and then I have to figure out how to structure it. But once I kind of get the ball rolling, it should be pretty easy, but it's not at the top of the list right now. So yeah. Also, one more thing, what is your favorite Linkin Park song? Mine is Numb. Yeah, Numb is pretty good. It's probably my favorite too. It's like a classic song. You really can't go wrong with that one. Is there any upcoming series, games, movies, or shows you have increasingly become impatient for? Usually there is a game that I'm looking forward to, and the only one game I'm really looking forward to right now is Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. That's really the only thing. That, and probably, I guess, maybe the Mario movie too, Mario Galaxy movie, but even that I'm not like super hyped for. Mostly because I thought the first movie was eh. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. It was like, yeah, that's a Mario movie. It's like, nothing more, nothing less. It was a Mario movie. Like, that's what it was. So I'm not super hype about the Galaxy movie, but who knows? It might knock my socks off. I might go crazy, but besides that, it's not. And okay, the Yoshi game I'm kind of excited for because it looks pretty cool, but we don't really have much information on it, but who knows? It might actually be a really good Yoshi game. Who knows? Is Klonoa on your radar? So Klonoa I've had interest in, but I've never played it, mostly because it doesn't really look like my type of 2D platformer. I like my 2D platformers more movement based than puzzle based, and it kind of looks more like a puzzle based platformer than it is a movement based platform, but I could be wrong, so Klonoa fans, don't get mad at me if I'm wrong. But I might try it out one day. If there's like a free demo or something, I might give it a shot. But I like more movement based 2D platformers and like puzzle based ones, but who knows? Are you actually a talking blue chair? Yes, I am. Can I have a cookie? Yeah, sure. What's your favorite Kirby ability? My favorite Kirby ability is probably the yo-yo. Either that, or if this counts, the mech robots from Kirby Planet Robobot. That game was peak. I need to replay that. This game is awesome. And in that game, there was also the Ness ability. The net where you literally became Ness. Like, that ability was awesome. I've never even played Earthbound, but that ability was awesome, dude. I loved that. So yeah, probably that. If Freedom Planet 3 were to come out, Do you think it would be a great idea to have the next villain be a evil scientist from Shang-Mu that fits in with the cosmology of Freedom Planet and has trauma from and is motivated by trauma from Brevin and Murga's actions and he will do anything for the sake of Avalis, including conquering Avalis and becoming a god? That's a cool idea, but the issue is that idea has happened like a lot in different medias. So like, yeah, it could work. But also at the same time, the elephant in the room, I really want Brevin to come back. So I guess that would be the only issue there. But maybe it could fit in with Brevin coming back. Who knows? But that plot is kind of overdone. I mean, you got Doc Ock from Spider-Man. You got like it's obviously not like 1-to-1, but it's pretty similar. And you got like Eggman in the Archie comics. So you got different stuff, you know. But it would be cool. Maybe someone could make like a fan series about it. Who knows? Do you like chocolate flavored food or drinks? So this might blow up the world, but I actually don't like chocolate. I've never been a big fan of chocolate. I only like a few chocolate based things. Like I like a mint chocolate chip. I like Kit Kat. Kit Kat's really good. And I like those York peppermint patties, but those are really the only things I really like that are chocolate based. Unfortunately, it's kind of insane, but it is what it is, I guess. If there were one thing about Freedom Planet 2's plot that you would change, what would it be? And why? And also, this is the last question. If I were to change one thing about Freedom Planet 2's plot, it'd probably be giving Cordelia more of a impact on the story, having her more involved in the story, changing how you find the audio logs, making it so that we kind of know Murga's intention kind of right off the bat, so it's not like a direct Shadow clone. And so we know, like, okay, so this is why we're mad, we gotta talk to her, but she like is refusing to talk about it, and you kind of have like a moral argument with her over it, like maybe like in like the mid-game boss fight where you fight her, the characters kind of like talk to each other being like, hey, you know, I know you know Cordelia, this is not what she have wanted, and maybe Murga's like, well, there's no way for us to know that for sure, so I should just be able to do what I want. I think having like a moral argument with her would be way more impactful and way more cooler, I guess, if that were a thing. But this is just off the top of my head, but I think that would be way better, and also have her more involved in the story. Like again, like I just said, I don't know how you do it, but that's just kind of like the rundown of what I would do, basically. Okay, that is all of the questions I've got to. I've been recording for 46 minutes, and so my voice is kind of hoarse, but there you go. There are all of the questions answered. If you didn't get your question answered, it's because someone else already asked it, it wasn't a question I wanted to answer, or I just completely missed it and YouTube didn't show it to me. Like, yeah, so yeah, like that's all the questions. I only had the Q&A post up for a couple hours and I got all those questions, so thank you. If you weren't able to ask a question, I'm sorry. Maybe you can ask a question in the comments and I might answer it, but thank you for watching, and here's a teaser for the next video. Goodbye. Now, what does this have to do with a talking dog who goes on an adventure with a talking lizard and a talking cat who rides a motorcycle, who's also friends with a panda with ice powers, and they're also fugitives? I'll get to that. My channel members are Sid Yoshi, Hayden Richardson, Jeremy Affrey, Doomer Dahlia, Emrick's Animations, Nira Lee, Arthur Foulscrap Jr., Rio Mansonic, Morpho Knight, K Rain, SGX420, and Arnie Armadillo. Thank you all for being channel members, and I'll see you next time.